you're communicating with something that doesn't speak English, that doesn't speak any other language, so you have to learn their language. Over time, you get better at judging what kind of horse you're going to be on. You have the chance to see someone else ride it before you, see how their ride affects that horse. You watch for how they cue the horse with their legs, how they cue the horse with their hands, how they're sitting, and how the horse is reacting to the way they ride. Like, every horse has their own personality. My Appaloosa, he's a brat, but I love him. He's the kind of horse that if you fall off, he thinks it's funny and he'll run away because you fell off, it was your own fault. Whereas the horse I have now, she'd be more concerned. If you fall off, she'd be like, oh my gosh, what happened? She is 5 years old, so she's a baby, and she acts like a baby. You know when your horse is having a bad day, they know when you're having a bad day, and you really have to work together. It's really about building that connection. The hardest part of college riding is adjusting so quickly. You're taking your own horse to a competition. You know your horse, you know what you're going to be entered in. You have been preparing with them, so you know how they work exactly. With my horse, if I twitch my finger, I know he'll drop back. Whereas if I'm on a new horse, I don't know if that's true. So you ask as nicely and as lightly as possible for what you want. And then if they don't respond, you either ask a different way or you ask more strongly. Our team is #1 in concussions out of the 22 sports clubs. We had 4 last quarter and we've already had 1 this quarter. It's usually when they're jumping and they go to jump and either they don't see the correct distance so the horse stops and they just fall off onto their heads, or the horse goes anyway and they get popped up into the air and then fall off. The scariest moment on the Western team for me, I was about to enter a jumping round, and this horse was 7 years old. He was an off-the-track racehorse, and I'm about to go in, and his owner is standing right next to me, and she's like, oh, good luck, he's never done a course before. He had never done what I was about to ask him to do. He bucked the entire time, before and after every jump, but I stayed on, so it was good. Obviously, a horse weighs thousands of pounds, so if you pull on them, they're just going to pull back, and you're never going to win. You have to convince them almost that what you want them to do is the right thing to do. If I were to push you, your first instinct would be to go, and if I were to pull on you, your first instinct would be to stop. You know, when you look at a rider, it doesn't look like they're doing anything. They're very subtle cues that as you ride more, you learn. From 10 years old on, I rode nearly every day. And one day we were going to a lesson, and it was our last lesson before a big show. We were late because of school. We didn't hook up the trailer to the truck ourselves, and we didn't check the trailer connection before we put our horses in it. And we went over a speed bump, it hit it, and it popped the trailer off of the truck. And it has safety chains that connect the trailer to the truck, and they broke. The chains actually snapped in half. Me and my friend heard something, and so we looked back and we saw the trailer like going backwards from the truck. The trailer ended up rolling 150 feet back down a hill and crashed into a 13-foot ditch. It hit the back of the ditch and flipped over. I was actually surprised when I opened the door that they were alive at all. They both ended up coming out of it uninjured when we both thought they were dead. I took my horse after his really bad trailer accident to a competition. He got cleared by the vet, and the jump was almost as tall as him. I could feel it going up to the jump. I was like, oh man, I really hope he trusts me enough to do this. Getting to the base of it, he was just like, I got this. And I was like, oh, it was just like the perfect moment of him knowing what I wanted him to do and me being able to tell him what to do. I'm more like a friend than anything, because a working relationship, it's a team, and they're an athlete, but then there's also people that just enjoy horses. I mean, I will never stop riding horses.